So this is the Hayabusa Special Edition. This is £19,000 brand new. And think of this as a dragster. So you've got a massive, great big inline four. This is the next generation. So Hayabusa have updated the engine, which is a really good thing, and made it able to get through the latest emissions and sound regulations. Special Edition has a very beautiful colour scheme. It's very Japanese, isn't it? Love the rear seat cover because no pillions can be able to hold on to this, and there's been a lot of styling changes. So the front end's been updated. There's LED lights, LED indicators, LED everything, and it does look quite beautiful. But it's 264 kilograms. It's apparently 190 horsepower, which is really fast, but this is quite a heavy dragster. So it has all this power and 150 newton meters of torque, but on the racetrack and the road, you just know the super bikes will run rings around this. They just will. But this is what it's like to sit on a Hayabusa. This is just a massive, great big power bike. This is. It's just all about straight line speed. So you are in like a race position, because I'm in my weights on the handlebars. I'm down here. No TFT, so everything's analog on this. I like the gold accents on the engine temperature and the the fuel gauge. I really like that. Revs to 11,000 RPM, over 180 miles an hour. So it is brutally fast. And you get some pretty decent controls. You've got cruise control, modes. What I will say is the switch gear does feel a bit, it feels like older motorcycles. The switch gear doesn't feel as smooth as like the Kawasaki's or the BMW's or the Ducatis. It's just more plasticky. This feels good. Computer control, fuel injected, double overhead cam. You just know that there is a lot more power and torque to be had with a full exhaust system and no baffle, and to fully remap the onboard computer, because this has had to pass emissions, so there is power and torque being hidden. You've got the monoblock calipers, so you've got a lot of stopping power. You have anti-lock brakes, so if you need to put the anchors on, you won't lock up the front or the rear wheel, which is brilliant. And you've got things like traction control. The foot pegs feel pretty good. My foot isn't resting on the rear brake, which is always good. And it's very big. And when you're riding a Hayabusa on everyday roads, you're going to notice how big this is. It's very powerful, but it's very big. You get a shift light, which is pretty good. You do get a normal key, so you don't get keyless start. And do you know the clutch isn't actually too heavy? Actually, the clutch it's fine. It's got a good weight to it, which is pretty good. I think it looks like it's cabled, so it doesn't look hydraulic. And that feels pretty good as well. It's very, that bothers me. So you have the rear seat cover, which is perfect, but then Suzuki haven't done anything about this, because you won't have a pillion on a Hayabusa, so it would have been nice if Suzuki would have done something about that. But the gear changes, yeah, they feel very good actually. They feel really on point, and you know when you changed up and down a gear. So the gearbox is quite nice. I like it. White dials, the needles, which is pretty good. Shift light, and the mirrors are very small. They really don't tell you much about what's happening behind you. They're like really tiny. But what a dragster bike. And at least it's nice that Suzuki are still able to build motorcycles like this, because what we are seeing in the motorcycle industry is things like dragsters Like, you notice there's no H2 Ninja hyperbike anymore. Things like superbikes are somewhat dying because there just isn't enough sales of them. So manufacturers are rather put their R&D into adventure bikes, touring bikes, sport touring bikes than dragsters or race bikes. So it's nice when a manufacturer is still keeping the race bike spirit alive. I really like that. It makes quite an impression. It looks really good, and it's going to be very reliable because it's Japanese and this engine's been around for quite a long time. So yeah, this dragster should be really reliable, and it's definitely going to scare you in a straight line. What a cool dragster. Interesting motorcycle from Suzuki.